Hello again, everyone. Saki here, and welcome back to another episode of NASCAR Racing 2003 Season the 22 Full Circle Racing Designs Next Gen Mod. And we're here for 30 laps at New Hampshire in our X4 Tides of Avarice Camaro. Brandon is 4 rows up front to the inside in that 27 white A-Shock Toyota, and a mediocre qualifying session for sure. Just don't have the feel that I had last year, but we will give it the old college try and see what happens here. Waiting for the green flag, and green flag is out and really slow for the leaders to get up to speed with really nowhere to go. We're going to be on the outside with BJ MacLeod looking to our inside, and Cole Custer as well. We'll follow Bubba around this second groove. We don't want to go all the way to the bottom yellow line. It is really flat down there and you lose all kinds of grip. So second lane is where we kind of want to be, where that bottom lane is running. Denny Hamlin out front, Kevin Harvick right behind him pressuring. Kevin needing a win. Denny already has one, so Denny is all set as far as the playoffs are concerned. And still to the inside, we do have a gap behind BJ MacLeod that we can get into if need be, but a rolling roadblock right out in front. And looking in the mirror, we do have some space behind BJ, so we'll take that. Down to the bottom, Daniel Suarez on the inside, Harrison Burton to his outside. And now we can try to get on this bottom and make some passes as we get under the 78 of MacLeod and catch up to that outside groove. Looks like Brandon is making forward gains on that bottom groove as well. We will be behind Alex Bowman here as we roll into turn 1, and it looks like Christopher Bell might be choking up that top lane in his Toyota as Bubba Wallace fights to make that pass, and we just don't have the launch off of turn 2 that we need. Denny Hamlin and Kevin are starting to stretch out. Chase Elliott and Joey Logano leading the fray, and 3 wide out in front with Ryan Blaney, Larson, and Logano. Now all 3 of those guys are pretty safe when it comes to the playoff picture, so they can afford to be a little bit aggressive. But guys like Kyle Busch there without a win and on the bubble looking to advance. Trying to get the power down here. We might be able to make 3 wide if we get a late run into turn 3 here under Bowman. And we'll try that bottom. There is enough space down here for us, but you can see how upset the car is, almost bouncing around as it transitions to that higher banking, and we are not able to gain any grip whatsoever on that bottom groove. So we almost have to either straddle that or root these guys out of the way, or hope for a good launch. But we are really tight in the center of the corner, really drifting up, but a good run on BJ here with no pressure out the back. We will follow Michael McDowell through on the bottom, and if he can keep Alex Bowman pinned out there, that will be a twofer for us, as long as we can get that power down. Car is sort of bobbing like a boat, if I'm honest. Good power, and to the inside of Bowman as well. We almost slide up. We don't want to drive too far in, as there's really no banking to help catch us if we overdrive this thing. We would slide right up into that outside groove. Let's go 3 wide under McDowell and Bowman, and there's a little bit of daylight in front of them. Trying this bottom line again and cannot get under, but we're able to get back to that second groove and get a little bit of launch off the corner. But we're still in dire straits as Austin Cindric looks to pass, and Denny Hamlin is picking him up and laying him down out front. Leaders starting to really get away, and we are fighting with an ill-handling race car here. We're able to get to the top if we can carry that momentum. We'll dive down to the bottom and see if we can force these guys up a bit. Now that will help not being 3 wide. We can sort of straddle that line on that second groove and keep Michael McDowell to our outside. But really bogging down in the low gear, but at least we're side by side this time. He didn't pull us on corner exit. We might be able to get a nose in on Bowman. Just a little bit. He does give us the space. So that is a pass on McDowell and a hard-fought pass on Bowman. And wow, looks like Byron and Kyle Busch with a spin to the access road. And I don't believe he hit anything, but I don't know, is he going to come down pit road for tires? I'm not sure. William Byron definitely out to lunch as he loses all that track position. We'll have to come back and see exactly what happened to Kyle there on the backstretch. But with this daylight in front of us, we can run a little bit faster than I think we could before. Hit our marks and see if we can gain on Cole Custer and Christopher Bell. Leaders are just there going in the middle of 3 and 4 there, so Hamlin and Harvick leading the way with a big gap back to 3rd. So as far as speed is concerned, I think we would need to make an adjustment if we come down pit road. The only problem is we don't have a scheduled pit stop here. If we stop, I don't think anyone else would. So we're just going to have to deal with this and hope that we see some of that patented AI fall off that we usually see deep into a run on 3X tire where the AI start to back up. And if we can start to reel in Custer ever so slightly here, if Bell can slow him down, and with those guys too wide in front, there is a chance. We probably won't get up to the leaders at this pace for sure, but with this pack in front of me is keeping me optimistic, let's say. With Bubba out there, Christopher Bell isn't able to really get everything he can off the corner like we can. Hopefully we'll be able to reel him in just a bit, getting that pull off Cole Custer. And down to the inside, Cole gives us the bottom as he tries to go around Christopher Bell on the outside. We'll see if he can carry that momentum. No pressure from behind, so we can pick and choose our battle here. And do we want to go to the inside of Bell? Ooh! I thought Bell would be a little bit faster in there, but no worse for the wear. We are slowed down enough that neither one of us was really affected by that. We'll try to swing to the outside, and this is where we see those two wide cars start to stall out that we made those passes on before. We can sort of diamond this corner, inner high, cut down to that center groove, but you saw right there in the middle, we washed out a bit once we got back to the gas, very tight, trying to downshift and get everything we can off these turns. Whew. Okay, a little bit loose, just trying to get down to 3rd gear, got that clutch release oversteer, and we weren't able to put it down, but that helped our launch just a bit. We're able to keep a nose on Christopher Bell, but I don't think 3rd gear is where we're going to be sitting, not with that close call. So we'll just do it the old-fashioned way, keep it in 4th gear and try to roll as much speed as we can here. And with Bubba Wallace looking to the inside of Byron, we might be able to get a run in 3rd gear and just sliding up. Yeah, this is a terrible handling car. Just cannot get back to the throttle without sliding all 4 tires up. Smooth downshift into 3rd gear that time. Didn't upset the car. Hopefully that improves our launch here, as Byron is still on that outside of Bubba Wallace. We might be able to make a move on Custer here. Pretty much downshift as straight a line as possible. We definitely don't want to downshift while we're putting load on the tires in the middle of the corner, that is for sure. But a good run under Custer. We can make up 1 spot here. And Cole looks like well, I thought he was going to give us back the spot, but he's fighting back on that outside, and I'm not seeing the AI fall off that we usually see. They're maintaining their speed fairly consistently here. Oh! Ow! All right, so I'm not downshifting into 3rd anymore. We'll give up 1 spot there. Luckily, no worse for the wear. But yeah, that is not going to be conducive for us moving forward, that is for sure. Luckily, these composite bodies, we don't have to worry about a cut tire. We just have to worry about survival till the end of this race, it seems. We should be able to get Christopher Bell still. It was a good thing that we opened up a gap to those cars behind. So we're really not in a hurry to pass Bell. We'd like to get a fender on him if we can, though. Maybe if we can get to the inside of turn 3 here. Bell with a good launch, and I just feel out to lunch here. We're like good under braking, but that is the only part of this course that we are better than the AI on. We're just going to have to survive and pick and choose a good time to pass Bell if we even can here. Down the inside, we'll try to straddle that banking, get the car to pivot just a little bit by keeping those left sides sort of just to the left of that dotted white line. De-wedge the car a bit and help it turn. But Bell should roll out of it here and give us that spot, but he's fighting back on that outside. We can't get to the gas fully. There we go. We finally cleared him off the corner. A hard-fought 20th, or wherever in the world we're even at. But let's see if we can get up to Custer. There is a little bit of a battle going on here with Austin Dillon and Bubba Wallace, so maybe we can make the most of that. All the other cars are pretty much single out in front and taking off, so these positions right up to possibly Balicki, who is having a good run, is all we're probably going to be able to get this race. But let's come down to pit road. We're using up fuel, so it's time for some strategy. Do we want a 2-tire stop? We're definitely not going to beat out that sheet metal, I don't think. So we'll be the first car on pit road trying to get some tires, trying to get up some speed. Let's get some tires on, boys. Let's go. Right sides are on, waiting for that fuel, and down and away. And there go the leaders there. So we are 1 lap down. We need this to cycle through the rest of the way. We went as far as we basically could. And let's get back up to speed here and see if maybe right side tires only loosens up the car a bit. With those worn left sides and some grippy right side tires, we might have a little bit more turning authority. Here's hoping. But up to speed here, watching for Cole Custer and Bubba Wallace basically losing exactly 1 lap. This is where we were running right before we decided to pit. And as these laps click down and we're in clean air, we're going to see what the delta is to see if this was a good move to get on pit road early. Certainly if the caution comes out now, it was the worst possible call we could have made. But it has a look of a green race. You know, everyone is single file. It doesn't look like anyone is really pressuring anyone. Everyone's minding their P's and Q's a bit. And with Byron under Reddick there, that will help bring Austin Dillon, Wallace, and Custer back to us. We're gaining a little bit, but it's not the night and day light switch of getting a set of new tires. But we are starting to make some ground, and the longer that they wait, hoping for that yellow, the better off we will be. And if they happen to take 4 tires, we'll have them on a time advantage as well. So things are starting to come up Millhouse here. The right side tires are coming up to temperature and pressure. And it is helping our exit speed a bit. It feels like the car is loosened up a bit and we can finally get the power down early enough to carry some decent speed down the straightaway. And with Reddick dropping back there, Dillon won't be able to use all the racetrack. We'll be able to gain. Yes, indeed. So it looks like Reddick is a little slow. My only worry here is that they'll want to pit while I'm under them, and they don't care. They'll just turn straight down to pit road whether you're there or not. So Dillon decides to stay out. There's 1 car on pit road. Kurt Busch is the next car on pit road. We have a lap to get around these guys and not have to worry about being run into. Almost slid up into Reddick, but he sees we're there. Gives us the line. Thank you, Tyler. I appreciate that for sure. We'll see if we can roll the outside around Byron and Balicki. And now we are gaining some good speed. Unfortunately, but ooh, in the middle 3 wide. Come on, Byron. Are you going to dip? No, it doesn't look like Byron is coming to pit road. Try the bottom. No good. We'll get him into turn 1, though, but Tyler Reddick fighting back on that outside because of this rolling roadblock in front of me. Yeah, we should be able to clear Balicki here. If we have to push Byron, we will. But Byron should get up to the top. There's Kurt Busch coming off of pit road. So we'll see where we are as far as relative speed to Kurt Busch, because his tires are going to be coming up to temp. And I believe with him coming out at about the same point I was passing him, he did the same strategy we were on. A lot of cars on pit road now. If the leader is on pit road, Hamlin, that would be beneficial. Making the attack on Kurt Busch. William Byron still stays out, so us and Kurt should be able to gap him a bit. We'll make that pass on Kurt while his tires are still coming up to speed, and Eric Almirola is next car in line. Just trying to get this car to pivot, but with All the cars on pit road now, I think, will be coming back on the lead lap and making passes. I saw Denny Hamlin there on the left, and he'll be going all the way to the end of pit road for his service. So Hamlin has not gotten to his stall for service yet. There's a few cars coming off of pit road for position. Custer, Dillon, and Reddick once again. And I'm not sure about the Almirola situation. Eric Almirola may be trying to stay out for a little bit longer. I don't know if he's for position or not. But there's more cars coming off of pit road. We'll see where the cars are coming off the access road, because all of those were for position. Any cars coming off the access road, it kind of looks like. So Balicki is coming off of pit road there, and possibly Byron as well. So coming out at about the same place. So it looks like everyone took 2 tires. However, it feels like our car is handling a little bit better than theirs. Maybe we just needed those right side tires all along. Finally making some positive gains here. Under Reddick, will he give us the spot? Yeah, kind of a deja vu. We get into him just a scotch, let him know that we're there. Gives us the lane, and we'll be able to get under Balicki, and Almirola trying to go under Byron. If he can keep Byron up there, that would be awesome. Making the charge under Balicki, and hopefully Josh will slow up those cars behind, take some pressure off our bumper. White flag is out. Can we get up to Byron? That is the question. It's going to be a hard sell unless he and Almirola gets racing side by side, but I think we basically run what we brung here. Oh, really starting to slip up. So that was the extent of the good of the tires, I feel, so we nailed that pretty well. We could have went one more lap, I think, and had a little bit better of a chance on Byron, but I'll take the positive gains considering on where we finished. Checkered flag is out, and I don't really know who won. Let's take a look at your top 10. So Brandon, with 2 laps to go, makes the final pass on Hamlin, and you could see that car dip as he shifted into third. So Brandon was definitely shifting during this race, and the speed was there for sure. So Brandon will take his 7th win of the year here at New Hampshire. 2nd place, Denny Hamlin. 3rd place, Kevin Harvick. 4th place, Ryan Blaney. 5th place, Kyle Larson. 6th place, Chase Elliott. 7th place, Joey Logano. 8th place, Martin Truex Jr. 9th place, Ross Chastain. And rounding out your top 10 is the 10 of Eric Almirola. So that doesn't put us too far back, does it? In 12th. So not too bad. Almost a top 10 for us, starting with a pretty crap car. So lap 8 coming down the backstretch. Brandon, almost clear. Kyle had it saved, and William Byron finished him off, sliding him down to the access road, and unfortunately, Kyle Busch was not able to capitalize and come back. Even cutting the grass a bit, of course. KFB, what can we say? But a bad run for Kyle, not of his doing. So looking at your points, Brandon and myself are now tied at 7 wins apiece with Austin Dillon as your cutoff driver. Tyler Reddick just 4 positions to the good. Cole Custer looking pretty decent. 1 race ahead with a handful of races to go. Still pretty tight for 15th, 16th, and 17th. Bubba Wallace and Kyle Busch still a chance with those races to go. But next week we go to the Tricky Triangle up in Pocono for some more 2.5-mile fun. But that will do it for me. Like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next week for Pocono. Take care.